Hello and welcome to another conversation. With me is Miss Lori Blander, the president and principal consultant at the Blander Group. And last but not least, she is a dear friend of mine. Welcome, Lori.
Hi, Chris. Oh, so good to be with you. So good to see your face, your smiling face as always.
Hey, say more. Don't stop. Don't stop. Say more.
You know, you're one of my favorite people in life. So when you asked me to do this, I was more than happy to do this with you and spend some time with you. So let's have some fun.
Awesome. Sounds good. Well, look, you already know the subject matter.
Yeah.
This month is I'm observing self-care and also self-improvement.
Mm-hmm.
The self-improvement side is really one, how should I put it? I really wanted some educators and or someone who is in the thick of self-improvement, maybe not on a daily, but more often than not, okay? So with that, I thought of the Lori Blanders. I thought of a buddy of mine who I recently had on, who is an educator who I grew up with, Dr. Dennis Carpenter. He dropped a lot of nuggets, and it's a perfect segue to have you on. Thank you again for being here. And with that, let's go ahead and jump into it.
Okay.
Given your background, your expertise, your studies, what it looks like from a self-improvement standpoint.
Sure. So one thing that I've been really focusing on in my practice for the last 15 or so years is coaching. I've been coaching within leadership, the space of leadership, the space of life. And coaching is essentially self-improvement in your personal and professional worlds. So, back when I decided to go this route and to do this, I got accredited with the International Coach Federation, or ICF for short. They're kind of the governing body for credentialing and training and the ethics and making sure that we're all of us that are working with others, we stay on the up and up. And okay. And basically what I have done, and it's my passion because I love to see the breakthroughs. I think when coaching is done well and it's done right, and you have someone that's truly coachable and they want to work on themselves, whether again in the professional or personal space, it can be so powerful. And basically you help people sort out, unpack, declutter, anything that they may be holding on to in their lives that are just holding them back from being more, doing more, being better and improving.
Doing more, being better, and improving.
Yeah.
You again, perfect segue to what I wanted to, pose to you next is kind of what does that look like from a coaching perspective? Mm-hmm. And I would love for you to touch on just a few intricate things from just a process, right? Perspective. What does that part look like? The plan, devising the whole scheme of it?
I think the true consultant coach answer I can give you is it depends.
I know.
And I say that because people are brought to me, they come to me, they find me however they find me for different reasons. Maybe they have something that's going on in their work world, or maybe they want to make a career change, or maybe something in their life. There's something in their life that that they want to do, but they just don't know where to start. Coaching doesn't have to be self-improvement, really. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's like you decide that you want something about yourself to be better. And when I work with people, I try to tell them this doesn't have to be an overhaul of your whole life. Let's pick a few things. Let's think of a few things that you want to work on, a few things to target. And it's just really, when I think of self-improvement through a coaching lens, mm-hmm. It's just anything about yourself, anything about your world, the air around you that you want to make better. Right. It can be mental, it can be physical, it can be emotional. Sometimes those first two things lead to the third thing. It's just, you know that your emotional state sometimes can be based on what's going on, either mentally or physically. So it's just really, when I think of self-improvement, it's just knowing that there's something in you, something around that's just not working for you. It's just not clicking right now. And then where I come in is I just really help people help people figure out what that is and how to
Right.
get them to that next step, that next level.
Gotcha. And again, you kind of answered and addressed what I'm about to pose next, because I was wondering, like, for that person who realizes, right, they're stuck, they're not, they're spinning their wheels. They really need to figure something out to get to that next level, be it career wise, like you said, personally. It spans the gamut. What is one of the first things that one should do when they're trying to figure that out?
I think what's really important is to establish your why. Think of your why. Why are you doing this?
Okay.
Why are you doing this? Why now? Why do you want to improve yourself? And I think if you can think of your why, then you can really connect to what you're doing. It provides you that sense of purpose. That lends towards your sense of commitment to the process, towards what you're doing. Because, when you think about self-improvement, think of all these things that can commonly come into your mind as self-improvement items. I want to be in better physical shape. I want to, I want to redo my house. I want to, whatever it is. I think you have to think about why you're doing it and why now. And once you know why you're doing it, you'll be able to see, it gives you a clearer picture of your end game. I really believe that. And I think that just start with small, achievable goals. But know why you're doing it.
Yeah. That why is obviously, as simplistic as a word it is those three letters, right? Why? It defines it. It paints a picture of so much. And what I've also found, be it speaking with people, research, or listening to other folks, a lot of folks don't know, or I should say understand their why, but they can't get to the place to simplistically understand, why do I really want to do this? Something I do want to ask. You do these things, the person take on these things, they follow their plan or what have you, and things aren't really panning out as they plan. Like then what? If you get stuck, if you get in the rut, what should a person do then to motivate themselves to not get discouraged?
So I would say it's a couple things. And if we're sticking with the theme of the why, I think sometimes you might have to readdress it. People might figure out their why. They come in and they say, this is why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because of blah, 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 blah. And they'll tell you all these things. But then if you go through the process, you're going through the coaching sessions and they're not really they might be seeing results, but results is so subjective. They just might not have that sense of satisfaction that they were that they were hoping for. Then you have to go back and look at that and say, are we addressing the root cause or are we addressing a symptom? And sometimes you find out that you might be addressing the symptom of something else. So you go back, and I'll use a lot of powerful questioning, a lot of deep exploration, a lot of activity. Maybe between sessions, I'll give them an activity, something, this is something I want you to think about and come prepared next time to talk about this or whatever. But, and then we might establish, I wasn't doing this for this reason. I think I was doing it maybe for this reason. And then you can kind of dig a little bit deeper and figure out, okay, you know what? This is a bigger challenge, a bigger issue for me. And then the other thing I would say too is just to your question about what might be stopping them, what might be how they not get discouraged or how to establish obstacles. I call this the black cloud. Sometimes I think what ends up happening is you think of like the cartoon black cloud, in the cartoon where the black cloud is hanging over your head and wherever you go, it follows you.
Right.
And how I always refer to that black cloud in coaching is it's just all the crap. Can I say that? It's all the crap that's in your life, in your world that you're holding on to. And what ends up happening is when you experience that is you try to do too much because there's whatever's in there. You might be looking at so many different things that you don't know where to start. It's like I have to clean up. God, that whole closet in my house has been that way for 2 years. I want to do that. I need to put new windows on the house. I want to get a new job. I haven't been happy at my job. I need to, whatever you need to do. It's like this, even if they're big, small, whatever they are, they start to pile up in your
Okay.
black cloud. And then when
Right.
that black cloud follows you, it's like, okay, you go back to the term we're talking about here, self-improvement.
Mhm.
I want to improve. I want to better myself. I want to fix all these things. But it's like when you have too much to do and you set too many goals for yourself and you have too many things you want to tackle, nothing gets done.
Yeah.
So what I always tell people is don't try to do too much at once. I ask that coaching question all the time. What's in your black cloud? That's my go-to question every time. What's in your black cloud?
Wow.
What are you holding on to right now? And they'll rattle off a bunch of things and I'll say, pick one.
Pick one.
Well, how do I pick one? How do I pick? What could you, and go for the small wins.
Yeah.
You go for the small wins.
That's key.
Yeah.
The small wins. So, okay. That kind of resonated with me.
Okay.
I'm one of those.
Tell me.
I want the gusto. I want the big one. I want to feel it. I want other people to see it. Got a little older, got a little wiser, right? And I came to realize, and it goes back to what you said minutes ago about those realistic goals or what have you, kind of like baby steps. These little wins, to your point, right?
Yeah.
These are giving me more, not only momentum, but they're building me up. They are encouraging me in themselves, right? And I could see everything around me. I'm like leveling up, right?
When I think of the wins, I think of, and the baby steps, how many people have said, something like, I'm going to run a marathon. Well, you can't just all of a sudden decide to run a marathon and go outside and run 26.2 miles. Before you do that, you got to start with a 10-minute run, a 5-minute run, a 10-minute run.
Perfect.
And you know what?
Yes.
When you start having those, you go out and finally, but the black cloud is the marathon. The black cloud item is the marathon. It's like, where do I start? So go outside, run for 5 minutes, come in, see how you feel. Take the time to pat yourself on the back, celebrate that win. You're going to feel so good about that the next day you're going to go out and run 6 minutes. And then you run 7 minutes. And before you know it, you get there. So take the baby steps, take the time to pat yourself on the back and celebrate all the wins, not just the big ones, because the small ones are the motivators. That's what motivates you to go to the next step and do the next thing.
That's it. That's it.
Gives you that sense of accomplishment. And that's key with self-improvement.
Absolutely. That's good info. So several times you've mentioned during your sessions, with your clients or what have you. I mean, I know, I've yet to spill the beans about, our graduate school experience. That's where we met, right?
Yes.
In graduate school.
A lot of years ago now.
Yeah. Wow.
15? 15?
Yeah.
15.
Well, okay. You're making me sound
I don't want to age us. I'm not going to age us.
Right.
Let's not talk about that anymore. We're good friends. Let's just leave it there. Let's leave it there.
So I know your OD background, organizational development, right? And all of the concepts, the interventions, just everything that's comprised of or make up organization development. What, per the Blander Group, what services are you, I don't want to say offering, but yeah, what services are you offering? And what I was thinking about too, like Lori Blander is synonymous with team building or whatever it is. Can you talk to that for me, please?
Yeah. So what you said about the organization development, I think throughout my career, I'd call myself a generalist in that area. I've done the team building, I've done the big strategic work and the corporate redesign and the leadership initiatives. And I think so can and have and will continue to do all of that if needed, the team stuff. I think with regards to what we're talking about and staying on topic today, from a coaching standpoint and, in life leadership, if the work is within an organization, what I love to do is come in and examine the organization and get to know the culture a little bit. Because I think if you're going to guide the individual and work with the individual, you have to know a little bit of their part of the whole. Does that make sense? So, so if I'm working with individuals, I like to get to know their environment a little bit. Let me put it that way. That's in the professional workplace.
Yes.
So, and I'll tell you, some of that has led to, in either direction, sometimes coming in and doing a little bit of leadership development work.
Okay.
And then the coaching is a piece of an overall leadership strategy. So I've done overall leadership strategies for organizations that fit within their corporate culture.
Nice.
And then sometimes the coaching piece has uncovered needs in the other direction. If I'm coaching a number of people within an organization and we identify a need, they might bring me in to talk about the rest of it too. So that works in both directions. So I've done, like I said, from the big strategic piece down to the individual piece. And then on the personal level, you don't have to be within a company to seek out coaching. I think coaching is an absolute gift when you have the opportunity to do it. And like I said earlier, it's to unpack, declutter, sort out challenges, some hurdles, some obstacles, anything that might be going on in your life. Or if things are going really well and you want to stay the course, it doesn't have to be when you have a challenge. So that's just on the personal side. It's all done. The core fundamentals of coaching, I truly believe, are the same with whether it's in the corporate world or it's in just somebody just wants to do this personally on their own.
Right.
And I think the core fundamentals of it are all the same. There's powerful questions, deep exploration of vulnerability. If you come in willing to be vulnerable, those are some of the most successful engagements I've had, where people came in and you just kind of chip away little by little at and get them to be vulnerable and open up.
Yeah. No,
so it's really for anybody. I think coaching is for anybody that wants to just better themselves and move forward in its simplest form.
How can folks contact you? I had your website up and I'm about to pull it back up. I am.
Thank you.
Yes, I am. Bam.
Thank you.
Well, blandergroup.com. Yeah.
Blandergroup.com.
Straightforward.
Yeah.
Look, the what you offer, the different types of services. Now, see, I like using my other screen, my bigger screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Hit home. I think home should do it.
This is good.
There you go.
This is good stuff.
Scroll down a little. Yeah, I think that's what you were looking for.
There we go.
There you go.
This is good. This is good. Change, man, or extract, leadership coaching, what you address through and through, leadership development, team dynamics. Yes. Performance management. So I'm going to make sure when I write this thing up, I have all of your contact information there, of course, pertinent, applicable contact information and such. So, folks want to reach out to you just to even inquire, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a contact us link in the website, but even if you just want to reach me directly, it's just Lori B, LORIB @blandergroup.com. So feel free to just hit me directly.
Awesome.
And I'm on that every day. So yeah.
This is great. This is absolutely great.
This was fun. This was fun, Chris.
Lori. I can't thank you enough for, joining me. I've been wanting to get you on for quite some time. And I'm like, I've been going back and forth between a few topics for September, but this self-improvement one, I think I know who I'm going to reach out to, or let them know, that I'll be, talking about this particular topic just to see if they're interested, So this has been awesome, great information, Lori. It goes without saying. I like saying, information, tools that you can use, right? It makes sense. A lot of people, myself, I've participated in things like this before, planning to reach out and over to just to do some further discovery. And I view myself as a lifelong learner, lifelong.
Same. Same.
You never know everything. You can never know enough. I'm
Yeah.
just one of those people that's the geek part of me. I like knowing stuff, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's a little about a lot kind of thing, and then specialize in a few areas, right? But no, seriously, thank you so much, Lori, for joining me again. I can't thank you enough, my friend. Awesome information. If there's ever another topic that's
Anytime.
remotely close to any of this stuff, I will be reaching out and over.
I hope you will, because it is always a pleasure and fun. Got to throw in the fun factor to be with you. So thank
Sounds
you
good.
for having me. Just gratitude, much gratitude.
Awesome,
Thank you.
awesome. So with that, thank you again, and I will be talking to you soon. Okay.
Yes, you will. All right, Chris. Thanks.
I'll talk to you later. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, everyone. Miss Lori Blander of the Blander Group. Look, a coach through and through. I told you, she eats, sleeps, and breathes this stuff. She knows it forwards and backwards. Just the consummate professional, be it from a self-improvement standpoint or anything else along those lines. So visit her website, blendergroup.com. I'll have some more information, contact information posted as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this session. I know I did. Very informative to me and inspirational at the same time. Thank you guys for tuning in, and thanks for always for supporting lifewriting.com, where writing speaks.